let's go and talk about this Baldur's Gate 3. Now, let me tell you how my past couple of days have been. I've been playing a lot of Persona 5, and getting these messages from people. Addict, do you think that Microsoft and Xbox need to buy Larian Studios? I'm probably butchering that. I'm sure you guys will correct me in the comment section. That's fine. And at first I was just ignoring you guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just ignoring you guys. I'm in my Persona bag. And you guys coming off the sidelines bothering me. But after enough of you hit me up, I was like, you know what? Let me try this game out. So, got my hands on Boulder Gate 3 by Larian Studios. And I'm actually going to sit here. I'm going to say, look, I know a lot of you guys want them to buy everything. And part of me does agree with you to a degree. But what I will say is this is a very, very quality studio. I did play Divinity. I did play Divinity 2. Boulder Gate 3 is my third game that I've played by them. I don't know exactly if they've made anything before that. I'm sure they have. A lot of these studios are, it looks like they're solid, man. They're solid. So Larian Studios, they are more of that Western RPG vein. Now, I know a few of you are asking, but Addicts, they have plenty of Western RPGs. They have Bethesda Software Studio. They have Obsidian. They have Exile Entertainment. Why should they just double down on another type of game that they're already producing? And I think that's fair. I don't think this is a studio that's really high on the echelon list. But what I will say is, after you guys harassed me, may I add, I played it for about 5-6 hours, and it's a phenomenal game. It really is. Larian knows how to make very quality worlds that you just get immersed in. They're masters of that. This game screams nothing but quality. The studio screams nothing but quality. So that's where I would say, I would prefer Microsoft and Xbox to strengthen their weaknesses, not necessarily doubling down on their strengths. And buying Larian Studios would definitely be doubling down on their strengths. So, with that being said, I would say it's one of those things that, if people are 100%, they don't want them buying Sega, they don't want them buying any type of publisher. They just want them to get smaller independent developers. And if Larian is willing to sell, I do think this is a very prominent studio. I think it was in that list of studios that Microsoft was potentially looking at. Put in the comment section below if that is one of the games that they were looking at. I can't remember. But as studios they were looking at, I think this would be a good fit. You got Obsidian making Game of the Year stuff. Baldur's Gate 3, I'm being told by a few people, Game of the Year material. And I'm not even that far into it. And I would say, yeah, definitely could see that. Larian definitely knows how to produce hits. And if we're just going off a strict, we need quality games in Game Pass, Larian would work for Microsoft and Xbox. And not to mention, it's a huge PC title. And I think that, that is clearly one of the directions that Microsoft is going. So having a studio like Larian around making PC games would benefit them as well. It just, if they do buy them, Microsoft, Xbox, look at me. Look at me. Make sure these games come out for consoles at the same time. Right now, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to come out for Xbox, but not day and date with PlayStation. I don't know. There's things going around that saying it's the Xbox Series S. I don't know. There's a bunch of hiccups going on in there. They said that they're not the biggest studio and they only can focus on one SKU at a time. And even though the PlayStation 5 is broken up into two SKUs, which is the PS5 and the PlayStation 5 discless, it's still the same console. So, I think it would be the other way around. They're two different consoles, but they're the same SKU. Just one doesn't have a disc tray and one does. They would have to work on a build for the Series X and a build for the Series S. So I would say that, that is an excuse. People want to go at them. Larian Studios definitely made a banger. Baldur's Gate 3 is getting a lot of respect for these type of games, and I don't know exactly the style games they were. I think it's like an asymmetric. I don't know. Put in the comment section below. I'm pretty sure the people know what type of game Baldur's Gate 3 is. Put it in the comment section so I can educate myself later. But, I'm sitting here looking at it, and I'm like, it's good. It's good. The only question I would have is, as good as this game is, we're not getting it next month when it comes out for a PlayStation. And do we necessarily need it? Does Xbox necessarily need Baldur's Gate 3 next month? Starfield's coming out. I would actually say, Baldur's Gate 3 is probably better to come out on Xbox later on than to come out next month, because I feel like they would clash too much. Now, does that mean that everyone would just buy Baldur's Gate 3 and no one would buy Starfield? Of course not. But I would say it would eat into its sales a little bit, because Baldur's Gate's a full priced game. I think it is, let me check real quick how pricey this thing is, because I got a review code. It is, Baldur's Gate 3 is $60. So I do think that it's one of those scenarios where, even though it could probably potentially come out next year, if more decisions were made in a better direction, maybe Microsoft could have helped them. I do think that it's probably better off this game not come out next month. It comes out a little later so it can get the love it deserves on Xbox. If this game isn't going to come out on Xbox and Larian is just pulling our chain, they actually have no intentions on making sure this game comes over to Xbox. Maybe if it's a technical issue, Microsoft needs to send people over there and help them get this game on Xbox. This game doesn't need to come on Xbox next month, but it needs to come on Xbox eventually. It is a very high quality game, and I will be disappointed if the people on Xbox, the ecosystem, don't get to experience it. It doesn't need to be on Game Pass. It does need to be on the console. But it's like I said, guys, Starfield's coming out. It's not the end of the world. It's not coming out on an Xbox, but I do think it's disappointing this game's not going to be there day and date. Regardless, if my personal feelings aside, it not coming day and date is going to help it more, because it's not going to compete with Starfield directly on the platform. I do think it's disappointing that it's coming out on PlayStation before it comes out on Xbox. I like to see them both come out at the same time, because, perception-wise, that's better. But yeah, put in the comment section below, did you guys play Baldur's Gate 3? Huh? I'm talking to you. Did you play Baldur's Gate 3? If you did, what's your class? I'm a rogue in my single-player experience, and I'm a cleric in my co-op experience. I'm curious to hear you guys' are. You say the wrong people, I'm a judge. But anyway, appreciate everyone for coming through. And that's my video on whether or not they should pick up Larian Studios. I hope you guys have a good day. Definitely hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. You can always subscribe to the channel for weekly content. And until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.